Boy got the glass on ice. What you drinking on?
Cabassier, man.
Cabassier?
Yo, facts.
Hell yeah. We rolling too, bro, by the way.
For sure. Y'all good.
Hey, man.
Yo.
I would drink with you, but it's Ramadan.
Understand, bro. Understand totally, dog. You good.
Yeah. We was kind of fucking just talking about, you said having the belief in the vision is like 3/4 of the...
That's a fact, yeah. No doubt. For sure. That's a bet. Yeah, yo. Bro, committing to it is the journey, for real. It's like, you're going to have the good, you're going to have the bad, but it's the ability to have that, steadfast, stick-to-itness to say, nigga, this is what the fuck we fighting for, and let's lock in and get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? Until you get the progress that you're looking for, like not letting up.
Yeah, I feel like in the beginning, too, you go through, like, for me, like, in the beginning, like, I went through, like, a lot of different... I don't want to say depressive stages, but
Yeah.
it's like you go through these moments where sometimes you feel more confident and more like believing it more.
Yeah.
Then you kind of, if you're, usually all of us in the beginning, like your numbers aren't that high, so you might get discouraged. So then you go through these points of like, damn, like people don't care. Like, should I keep going? Then you get to the point like, okay, you're doing it for yourself.
Facts.
It makes you feel good. So then when you get to that point, and it's easy to keep going. It's
Facts.
like you eating, you drinking water, you
Right.
creating. So
That's
shit, like,
true artistry, right? Like just having the ability to create something out of nothing based on the feel, based on how you feeling, based on where you at, or based on some shit that you done came across that people need to hear.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. My fault. I scooted up and shit. You good? Yeah.
I told bro, I thought you were super tall on Instagram.
Nah, facts. Nah, man. Short game. Fuck
You
with
got a
it.
tall head.
I can rock with it.
But
A lot
yeah,
of
my
knowledge,
bad.
indeed. But yeah, bro, sticking to it and you not knowing what the journey really has in store. It's like in that moments where you about to, well, for me, I can speak for myself personally, right? In those moments where I was like, dog, I'm going to just go ahead and try and lock in, get a 9 to 5, just get it done. You feel me? It was at that point that was like a pivot point. I'll meet the homie, or I'll meet somebody who's moving, or somebody else who's really pushing some things who would inspire me to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So it's all divine, I think. The journey is.
Oh, you're saying like right at the last moment?
Yeah, like at that moment, like at the second that you
when
start
you were about
feeling,
to quit.
Absolutely.
Wait. Do you make a living off your art right now?
Yes, sir.
So you don't have another job?
No, sir.
I gotta say congrats on that because that's like my goal. Like
For sure, appreciate it, bro.
But that's funny you even say that. 'Cause I just read The Alchemist.
Word.
So like a couple days ago. I don't even read like that. It's like, and since high school, I've only read 2 books.
Yeah.
That one and The Cat I Never Named, which is this like a autobiography of this girl. I'm from Bosnia.
For sure.
So this lady, she is the same age as my mom, so she was in the war there.
Yeah.
She came here and became like a professor and shit, so she wrote a book on that.
For sure.
But The Alchemy, they were saying just that. Like usually you go through, on your journey, you learn all these lessons, and then usually for pretty much everybody is right before it's about to be your time to win. You'll go through a lot of tough times where the universe or God will test you on all those lessons you learned.
Absolutely.
To like get one final test before it actually comes to fruition so you can be ready. Like
Absolutely.
that made me think of that. Like,
Lock it in. Yeah, I read that joint, man, a minute
read that
ago.
too?
Yeah, but I got the book at the crib, just a good refresher. It gives you that push from exactly what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? In those moments where you like, all right, bro, ain't nothing popping. None of these submissions are popping off. Nobody's really got the session time rocking. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that is submitted isn't getting picked up. The things that were accepted, because it's like a 5-tier process when you submit, right?
what do you mean?
Like, so you would submit, they could accept it, and then from there, it would be, does it fit necessarily where the direction of the project is going?
Wait, submit to what?
Beats. I'm talking about beats.
Oh, just like sending people.
Yeah, sending people beats,
Okay,
sending
okay.
stuff off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even stuff that's written. Somebody might have came through, wrote a hook on it. You sending it off to see what would happen. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. But yeah, like getting in there, and then the things that aren't picked up, you'll see exactly where it's supposed to go. Like eventually, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a producer and engineer. That's what I do, for real, mainly, and songwriter for real. But mainly doubling down in production and engineering. I'm from Bermuda. So
Wait, where's that at?
Bermuda is
I know. I've heard the Bermuda Triangle, but I don't know what it is.
Right, of course. So it's a few hundred miles off of the coast of North Carolina, but it's considered more Caribbean than not.
So it's not the United States?
Nah, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Yeah, bro. So that's where I'm from. That's where I was born and raised. Small. If you see it on the map, it's a dot. You know what I'm saying? But got to rep for the 441. Always.
Yeah. You were born there?
Born and raised, bro. I came out here when I was 17.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what language they speaking out there?
English. Like,
really?
Yeah.
You don't have an accent?
Yeah. Right. But that's like a whole another.
Yeah.
You know, them accent make you stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh, yeah.
Kinda. You know what I'm saying? Stay a little low in the process, so you good.
You actually had that in your mind coming here? Like, I don't want to have an accent because I don't want to be looked at? Like,
it came to
like
a point where everybody was looking at me. It was dope, right? But it wasn't necessarily fitting into where I was really trying to go. It's still in me. Like, I go home, you gonna hear it. I talk to my people who's on the phone, you're gonna hear it come out. It's just innate when I talk to somebody who's from
so when you speak to somebody over there, you have a different like vernacular?
Yeah, it just comes out. You know what I'm saying? But here, just vibing, just chilling. Yeah, bro.
What's life like over there, man?
Small island, bro, but it's beautiful, man. For real. It's 21 square miles, so super small. Population 65,000 people. So Bermuda could fit in the news like about 3 times.
How many people were in your like graduating class?
Like 200 something.
Okay.
Something like that. It was only 2 public high schools in the whole island. So
21 square miles, yeah, that's
small.
That's so small.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a lot of parties. Definitely party time, bacchanal time, fete time is up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. Especially during the summers. But yeah, bro, beautiful place. Beautiful place. It's what inspired me. All the experiences there inspired me. You know what I'm saying?
People eat like a lot of seafood out there. That's a big part of the culture.
For sure. You're surrounded by water. You know what I'm saying? You can't go anywhere without seeing water.
Yeah.
So.
That's crazy. But I can't even imagine living on an island like.
Yeah, bro.
And especially when that small.
Right.
What's like the main religion out there?
Christianity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. So okay. So what was the before we get to that?
Yeah,
welcome to the All For It podcast, man. I'm sitting here with Jack Union.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you for sliding, bro.
Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. Bro is a producer, engineer, songwriter, based out of Newport News, Virginia, from the Bermuda Triangle. I guess we just found out that.
Yeah, you can say.
Well, or do I just say from Bermuda? I guess. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So the Bermuda Triangle is like what, multiple islands? I guess that make a triangle.
It's a spot. It's between Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. It like makes a triangle.
Okay.
Yeah, legend has it was really part of the trade that was so vicious to the people. But you know what I'm saying?
Well, all bros links will be in the description. Definitely check them out.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Yeah, kind of want to know more about that, bro. Like, okay, what was the decision like coming here? Like, you came here with your parents and all that?
I came here dolo for school.
Wow.
Initially. So, came here for school, met everybody that was there, got my undergrad degree, and then from there pursued my grad degree.
In what?
Counseling, actually.
Okay.
So after that, things didn't necessarily pan out towards the end of that. You said, fuck it, we gonna thug it and we gonna push for this vision. Because music always been the head. Everything that I learned at the school was kind of like a notch in the utility belt to pursue this music thing further, right?
Even as far as like probably just networking with people, learning how to talk to people. All that.
Yeah. All of that. Especially it being very intentional with that grad degree in counseling, because that helps me more than damn near anything, bro. Because as a producer, that's the job. I'm trying to bring out what you're doing. I was doing student affairs, so that was my specialty. But we learned just about everything, did clinical work, all that stuff, volunteered, a lot of community service, which is another part, like building up the community that you put in work in. That's a big part of it. So, yeah, bro, being in that program helped me translate more what was being said and what I could understand from an artist to put it in, sonic form and audibly, make it audible. Because that's what music is, right? The purpose of the art is to evoke emotion. We get caught up in the technicalities often, making it sound this, making it sound like that, especially in the engineering world. But if it makes you feel something, that's the goal.
Even if it makes you feel like, yo, this is trash.
I mean, is that the emotion that
Yeah.
you as the artist want to evoke from
Yeah.
the people? If that is, then nigga, kudos. You know what I'm saying? That's the one. But if you want to achieve something else, let's try and figure out what it is that you're trying to achieve and how you see it. What's the perception of it? How you seeing this whole thing? This game, the Wild West.
That's interesting. Do you think there's still emotions or feelings that haven't been tapped into by music yet, like undiscovered things, like new, or has everything already been done, you think, as far as it's like sonically?
I feel like everybody has their own voice, right? And perception is built off past experience. So things that you experience ain't shit that I experience. So if you talk about love and I talk about love, that shit gonna sound totally different. So I think it comes down to the idea of getting the perspective on the record of what you're trying to say, rather than nigga, love been talked about all the time. We got 1,000 love records. No, what you trying to say about it? And when you get there,
Like everybody has a unique perspective.
facts. Everybody does. Everybody got a voice. And that's the idea of the art. Everybody paints, you know what I'm saying? How many smiley faces been painted, or crowns been painted, but that Basquiat crown stick out? You feel me? It's
Okay.
that type of thing.
Yeah. What do you think it is about certain art? Do you think it's like the art that sticks around more is the stuff that's more like authentic, more like I guess like more pure?
I feel like the art that is more timeless was made less for the time and society, but more for the individual where they were. I feel like a lot of
What do you mean by that?
like What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, timeless record. You play that any time of the year, it's going up. But that's the perspective of Marvin of all the bullshit that was happening in society at that point in time. So him saying that was his truth, and that truth resonated through past the nation internationally, because that plight that he talking about isn't just localized. And I think he knew that. The plight that he was talking about is across the diaspora. So that whole thing is going to be picked up, and he just talked his truth. And I think that that's why that joint is timeless. So like a lot of other records, I go to like Bobby Womack. If You Think You're Lonely Now, that's timeless to me, you know?
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, for sure, bro. But he was talking out of the experience. Like, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. Like, that's how he was feeling.
And then pretty much, I guess also like any feeling you can have, pretty much probably everybody has felt it in some type of way.
Facts.
So like,
Which is
everybody
the advantage to talking about it in your perspective.
Yeah.
Your perspective is what's gonna draw your people, not the broad base. You want to draw your people. You want to fuck with the people that fuck with you, right?
Yeah.
But you got to find out who fucks with you for you, and the only way to do that is to make art for you and to put that art out, and then you gonna find out the people that fuck with you.
Yeah. I went through that phase too, bro. Just like in the beginning, assuming like everybody's gonna fuck with my shit. Then you come to peace with like it's like you said, like you making this for yourself, and there's gonna be some people in the world that feel that same way. Not everybody, and that's okay. Like, just, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And somebody not liking it doesn't mean that it's totally trash. You know what I'm saying? Or your city not liking it doesn't mean that it's totally trash. Like, you don't, the world is huge, bro. This music is international, dog.
Yeah.
Like, we got to open up our perspective a lot, I think, when we come to start judging ourselves and be less judgmental. Because the thing that you making may not smack here, but all right, what if we got an island vibe? What if you try and put the promotional through the Caribbean for the next 3 months on a trial period? See
Like
what it
everybody
does.
trying to go up in America.
You feel me? Why not? Or if it got something that you can see people in the UK rock with, then set the promotion out. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Who really knows?
Yeah.
Like, the sky's the limit for real.
Or like, yeah, like even like me, like somebody like me and you kind of you came from a different country. I came from a different country.
Facts.
And that's like to a label they might overlook it, but if they were smart, they'd be like, oh, this guy he could touch a whole different market.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
It's another thing when you come from another place to try and make it out here.
yeah.
That's a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? And
What-
that level of tenacity is like, or you walk a tightrope. You know what I'm saying? Anything you do is like, all right, bro, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You have to have the ability to be wise with how you're moving, and not necessarily move off of pride, instinct, and emotion, but move off of wisdom and judgment, sound judgment, and having the ability to do that. You feel me? So not putting yourself in situations that you know is going to be wild, or calling somebody or taking a risk and going out there. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Yeah, you took the biggest risk.
Facts.
Going to a whole new country. Like, so you say you were making music over there too?
In Bermuda, yeah, bro. I started in the church. I started playing drums.
Okay.
That's where I started.
That's like y'all whole group was like that. I talked to Brian, Wilkes.
Facts.
All of y'all like started in church. Y'all
Bro,
have like similar stories.
God first.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
That's a fact, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. That was the foundation. And the musicality in the time that everybody that we were talking about, that everybody came up in was especially in church, was the musicality was high, bro. You know? And it was competitive in certain places. And for some. Like if I'm the drummer, you may have 6 other drummers in the congregation waiting for your spot right now.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
It was like that in the church.
Bro, yes. So if you miss this or mess up on that, then they're going to call you out. They're going to tell you sit down. They're going to tell the other homie get up. You know what I'm saying? You got to know your stuff. You got to know what you on.
That's funny.
So from there, I learned how to learn music, like properly. You know what I'm saying? And then it being compounded on when I came out here. And then meeting different people, getting thrown in different situations, picking up different instruments, and then it all translating to the end goal of production. You know what I'm saying?
You weren't recording, you were just like playing in the
Facts.
church. Okay.
I was definitely playing. I was playing a lot. I was doing some production, not a lot of recording. Not a lot of recording. I wasn't really big in the engineering side yet. But when I came out here, started working with different artists. They needed a spot to record. And I just wanted cats to hear my beats, bro. Like, that's the main reason why I really started engineering. I knew that the only way, people would come in with their beats and they wanted to get it done, and I could play beats while they stuff is loading. Or when they first come in, I got something playing that I'm already
to
making
trick
up.
people into just coming through.
Bro,
while you're here, let me show you a couple
Facts,
beats.
because that's the end goal, right? The end goal is for production. But if I got to use this as a means to an end, or if it's a notch that helps me with this whole overall goal, then let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Which it did, because that engineering thing, I didn't know how deep it was when I first jumped in. But soon after I did, and it just opened up a whole nother world of my production. And then having the ability to work with other people, because then you have the lingo to go into a larger studio and say, nah, cut the low end at 200 hertz, bring that up at about 500, or nah, add some more reverb there, cut the dry out. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff that people could understand and that would translate everywhere. You got the tools now. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, bro. I engineer most of my stuff too, so I feel like when it comes to engineering, you probably have a different perspective because you engineer people. But I feel like I just learned like what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? So I know you probably had to learn what all different, like even things that you probably won't use in your own music.
Yeah, it's funny you say that too, bro. Because if you're an engineer, you're an artist too, right? So the way that you want people to hear this song is gonna be what your thumbprint is on this record. So if you want to throw a low voice right there and then add a delay that goes from left to right, which wouldn't normally be there, but that's like something that you do as an engineer, then stamp that as part of your sound. Because even as an engineer, it's beneficial to create your sound. And
Never heard of an engineer having a sound. Like, you know, you
man.
hear producers and stuff.
All right.
Engineers actually, might have cut you off.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess
You
we went
good.
through a phase in the game where producers didn't get enough credit.
Facts.
And they're getting it now. But I feel like engineers still don't really get that enough credit.
I can agree, bro. You got cats like Guru, who definitely got his own sound of doing all whole stuff, and everybody else that he does. And then you got cats like Mixed by Ali, who's Kendrick's engineer. His whole perspective of what he did to Good Kid, Mad City, all of that other stuff, bro, nuts.
Also,
Crazy.
Kendrick had the same engineer just the whole time?
Pretty much, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong for sure, but especially for the early stuff, and I think even till now, Mixed by Ali has been his like steady dude.
That's great. And it's like you said, like he is the reason that music sounds like that.
Yeah, and it could be very collaborative. It could be K-Dot in there with.
It most likely is. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saying, yo, bro, what if it did this? And it could be mixed by Ali doing like, yo, bro, what if we made it sound mad high pitch here and then made another low voice here and then did that there and then threw it like it sounded like it was in a big old hall there. You know what I'm saying?
That's that collaborative effort. Like you were saying, like I feel like that's how everything in the world was built, bro.
Yes, sir.
It's all people coming together, collaborating, building on ideas. Like a lot of people get caught up on who had an idea or who had this or who had that. It's like, but that just goes back to what you said. Like the idea also doesn't really matter if you don't have the belief and the consistency to make it happen.
Facts.
So you know how many people probably had an idea like, bro, what if we could fly through the sky in some type of machine? Bro. It's like, that's a crazy idea. But till somebody came in and built it, like it's just an idea. But no, the collaborative effort, that's kind of like one of the more like fun parts to me of doing this, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Then maybe we get to that. Like, how did you? So you're part of a group, No One Ever.
Yes, sir.
Production group, right?
Shout out to No One Ever.
Shout out to Wilkes. Yeah.
Shout out to Wilkes.
How did
the homie?
How did that? How'd y'all get into that?
Bro, all right. So it was it was how I first met Wilkes. We had probably doing an engineering gig. I think that was one of the first times I met him, if not before that. But I was engineering one of the live joints. He was playing drums, and I was running the engineering, the mix for the joint live. So we had started linking, and then we had got in a session. That was a larger session with a whole bunch of people from the area. And then from there, we just saw how each other really worked. And stuff that he would add would be what I would add. Stuff that I add would be what he would add. And it just gelled. It just clicked. It felt like we've been working together for a minute.
How long were you here at that time?
Probably about 6 years.
Okay.
6 years, about that time. Yeah. Out of school, the first few months, like, of me saying, ain't no school, it's just music. From there, about like a few months.
Oh, so you were in school for 6 years when you got here?
I was in school from 2010 to 2016, something like that. Yeah.
So y'all started cooking up. I guess was he the first person you kind of started?
Somewhat. I mean, I was linking with
working with out here.
Scoozy was the first one.
Okay.
Like I met Scoozy while I was
in
fact. Shout out to the homie. I met Scoozy and Brian and Bruce. I was in the band. And in the drumline too. So that's how I had met Scooz when he was playing sax, but he also rapped. So from there, I was already making beats, and you already know, I was trying to get everybody on what I was on, trying to get everybody to listen to what I was doing, thumping down there.
Fuck with that beat you brought, but let me show you some shit real quick.
Facts. Doing all of that, like getting his stuff tight, pause, and then
Oh yeah, my bad. Side note, that boy Scoozy has like the most pauses, I think. Out of any episode.
Facts. Yeah. That's the only reason why I put that pause there. Pause. But yeah, bro. And then from there, us linking and making tracks for some different events that he was doing. That was probably the first. And then from there, just snowballed. Started working with other people that was on campus at the time, and then spilling out to the area and the places that those people who I was working with was from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then you never got a job in the field. Well, I guess you say you're using a lot of the knowledge.
Yeah.
In your new field.
Facts. Never got a job in the field that I got my degree in.
I feel like everybody says that, bro. Like, who actually does get a job in the field now?
It's really what the prep, bro. I low key started because at that time, even in like 2010, not a lot of people were graduating at that time and getting jobs in their desired fields. Even then, bro. So it was like, all right, what can I really learn? What can we really do? And I know music is really what I want to do. Like, that's the reason why I'm out here in my mind, right? It wasn't school, it was music.
Yeah, that was an excuse to be here.
That was facts. And then it was school, had to get that, you feel me? That stuff done. But yeah, bro. For sure.
Were your parents like mad that you didn't fucking get a job, I guess?
Not for real, bro.
What are their thoughts on that?
They've been supportive, for real. They didn't understand it. Like, when I first was like, yeah, I'm just staying out here. I'm just going to be doing music. It was like, yo, what? What are you talking about, bro? What is happening? So my whole family's in Bermuda, and I'm the only one out here.
Even to this day, you still the only one at your family?
Yeah, well, I got my wife and my kid now.
Oh, okay.
But you feel me? But
we'll start a whole new. That's the
facts,
right here, though.
Facts, bro. But my mom, my dad, my grandma, everybody, cousins, everybody's at the crib. So yeah, I came out here dolo, thugging it out. A lot of holidays dolo, but all for the purpose. You feel me? Trying to get this thing up off the ground and trying to build a bridge, because coming from an island that's so small, you don't see a lot of opportunities in the arts like that. Growing up, my pops was a major influence in the music, because I've heard he played. I've seen him pick up a guitar probably like once or twice ever, for real. But he played music all the time. Didn't care what age I was. Wasn't one of those peoples. It was like NWA, Pac, Biggie, anything that was popping and anything that was
all American stuff, though.
All American stuff.
Yeah.
You feel me? Which was the culture of hip hop. You feel me? It was here. That was it. It being other places didn't really happen yet. Especially like me hearing Doggy Style for the first time when I was mad young, or hearing Biggie's album before, or like pop, bro. It was just different.
Yeah, even in those times, it was like even probably now, it was just like a major obsession with American culture from all over the world, pretty much. Like,
everywhere. That's just everywhere, bro. Anywhere other than here. You feel me?
Yeah, here's like that's the most American thing. Like, yeah, like over there, like everywhere else, people would think like, yo, we had like something like whatever is in America, like yo, that shit is so cool, we wish you had that. Mm-hmm. But there's Americans here that like, yo, we don't really give a fuck about that. That's real. And that's like with like a lot of stuff.
That's real, bro. But it was really big. Like, we still got the same network television that everybody got out here. We was looking at Mickey D's commercials with no McDonald's in the island. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it was just like that growing up.
Shout out to Pusha T. Shout
out to Push.
He's the one that I didn't even realize that till like I think a couple years ago. He made the "I'm Loving It" jingle.
Yeah.
Bro, you know how legendary that is,
bro.
That he's from this area.
Yes.
Like,
he said he took a $500,000 payout, or it was $1 million that they split both ways.
For the jingle.
For the jingle,
and he regretted it.
Because he didn't know.
That was
then
they're about to use it for like 3,000 years.
Facts. It was no way in his mind that they're gonna use that. But if he would have signed for perpetuity or like percentage ownership in perpetuity, that would have been totally different.
What if that's why he came out and did the Arby's jingle?
More than likely.
Was it Arby's?
Say it again.
Was it the Arby's one that he just dropped?
Yeah.
When he was like, what did he say? The McChicken. He had a bar. He said McChicken, and he says tasting dry, some shit like that.
Yeah, just going crazy, bro.
That's so legendary. Bro.
Going crazy.
He had a McDonald's diss track. What if it was because like he probably ran into like the McDonald's like CEO somewhere, and like he just didn't fuck with his vibe. He was like, you know what,
bro? Probably did.
I made y'all. He's like, watch what I'm about to do. What's up? Yo, bro, get Arby's on the phone.
I wouldn't be surprised if we had a meeting or two before he decided to actually drop that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't understand what I got going on. I'm trying to let y'all know. You feel me? Nah,
that's hilarious, bro. I was gonna ask you too. So when was the point where you kind of like really like considered yourself making a living off of this shit?
When I had to, for real. Being from somewhere else, you can't really slide as much as you can. So music was it. Even though I had everything else, that was just like, that was it. You feel me? So from there, I started just playing live because I still had those tools. And then from playing live, just adding on to clientele who I may meet along the way and just build from the ground up until we have an ecosystem and a system that's working, you know?
So the lives were kind of more profitable, I guess, than like the engineering side of it?
Initially, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. That was... And
you playing like different instruments, you said too, right? Were you doing drums?
Well... Drums was the main one at that point in time, but laying tracks and stuff like that as well. But drums was the main thing. Then it switched over to doing like a lot of live engineering stuff, and then I picked more guitar up. So yeah, it's just evolved.
Oh, yeah. If you want some water, you can have one too, bro. Forgot to tell you that. Hell yeah. Excuse me. I'm gonna ask you too, bro. Yeah, I know you got the show. Union City.
Yes, sir.
Where artists come through, y'all cook up live on the spot.
Absolutely.
Drop like video. I seen you drop like the I think the audio formats of them too, like on SoundCloud and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You want to just create, kind of brand yourself further. Do different
Yeah,
things.
that was the idea, man. Content is the name of the game for real. And what you're doing with the content that you want to create is a part of your brand and a part of your brand identity. So I know that a big pillar of my brand is me helping others and me building that bridge with others to make some things happen. So why not showcase artists that I already work with, that's already coming in, that we already creating, and just come up with this project of, you know what I'm saying, creating, cooking up on the spot, or it being a flip of a joint that we may like, and then them writing, just a real quick 16, whatever it may be, however they feeling. It may be longer, whatever. It's like a minute and some change, maybe 2 minutes of that vibe, and just putting it out. You know what I'm saying? Not overthinking it, shooting it myself, editing it myself, just learning the different aspects of how to do it. Saying fuck it, just putting it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I fuck with the idea, man. I think, like you said, not overthinking it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people overthink shit, bro. Like the way I kind of look at, like, I'll use my brand, for example, the Offer Podcast, or whatever, everything I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to be perfect from like on day one. Like it's never, first of all, it's never going to be perfect.
Facts.
But I look at it kind of like I apply the Apple business model to my shit.
Yeah.
Where it's just they have a strong foundation, which is the iPhone. It's been the foundation was laid on the first iPhone.
Facts.
It was something that never existed. They came up with it. It was hard. That's the foundation. Now, they don't ever really veer too far away from that, but they do like small, like incremental updates.
Absolutely.
Tweak this, tweak that. Little shit that just enough that it could get better, but not veer too far off.
Absolutely.
And then eventually you go down the line and this shit gets just way better. And it just keeps getting better. And that's kind of, I think, like, I try to just do it like that.
I feel you,
Not
bro.
overthink it. Just keep dropping. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going. Also, just, like, if you think about, like with the like for podcasts, like if you look at Joe Rogan, he has like I think like almost like 2,000 episodes.
Right.
And that's just about just keep doing that shit. And it's like not like somebody might not watch every one of I haven't seen every one of the episodes, but I know like him is like he just keeps going, and that's the brand. The brand is the consistency. The brand is the ambition. Is the passion. Is the all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I don't ever really try to put not too much like. All my emphasis on one project or one piece or one thing. The whole essence of everything I do is the art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
100%, bro. 100%.
Yeah.
And even with that being the case, I often use Apple in the same way, right? To talk about systems and you rolling out your system the right way. Because I would be remiss to think that Apple only had the iPod at the time of the release of the iPod.
Wait, what do you mean?
So that was the main pivot item, product that they had that made everybody go crazy and everybody.
Oh, like they had one product at a time. Like that was the first one.
The release was one at a time.
Okay.
The release was the iPod, the iPhone, the iPad.
Yeah, they had the iPod Touch first thing before the iPhone, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. iPod Touch, right. Then the iPhone and then so I think honestly they had more than one at a time, but they chose consciously to release this first, and then we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
So still a strategic rollout in that plan.
Absolutely. Because what if they did drop 30 things at a time? What if the iPod Touch and the iPad came out at the same time as the iPhone or whatever
like
it was
beginning.
first? You know, like right in the, or the iPod, like right at the beginning. You know, it'd be crazy.
That's interesting.
Too
That's
much.
interesting.
Too much at one time.
I didn't think that when bringing something new into the world, there is a way you have to present it the right way.
The right way, bro. That's marketing. That's what I got from that degree.
Yeah.
That's what I use it to push artists that I work with to just think differently and be more conscious and be more intentional with their rollouts and you know what I'm saying, what they're doing. So
Yeah. I guess like only so much you can fucking do with a rollout too. Like
that's a fact.
You know
That's a
what I'm
fact. And that's real. But then
as far as like dropping a project or something like
right. It goes as far as your imagination. For real. Because you could do some shit that's totally off the wall that'll become the new thing, but you don't know because you're scared to try that totally off the wall shit.
I'm trying to think who had a crazy. I guess probably Kanye had the best album rollouts. I mean, with like selling out all the listening parties.
Yeah, that was a lot of his brand build up prior to causing that to be so successful. Because if he came out today and had 30 listening parties in all those cities, it may not have gone over like that, but it would be new. It would be different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, bro, you trying to open that window for me? Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, do your thing. I don't know. Yeah, I fuck with it, man. Like, thinking about shit differently, trying to do shit that's like, I like also the fact of just including like a lot of people. It's like, or like that boy Asa told me a word. He taught me a word called provenance on the episode with him, and I just been kind of thinking about that ever since. Like that's what makes things so great. Just how many lives it affected, how many people are like attached to it.
That's a fact, bro.
You know
you got them wild pieces. You got that book. You can see every owner, like from start all the way.
People do their own books.
If you got like a super wild painting, if I'm not mistaken, if you got a super wild painting, like worth M's or whatever, there's like a book of provenance that comes with it. You know, showing.
Oh, I get it.
Who's had. Who's it touched? Who's, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff.
My bad, bro. I was trying to say the window. That shit got cold quick in here.
You straight. You good.
Nah, I get it, man. I feel like that Alchemy book too. I've been like, even we were talking about earlier, like the language. I feel like they were talking about that, but like the language of the world.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. How it's like certain things we all understand, and it's like it doesn't even have to be said, and it's just like we all one. Like, this shit sound corny. That's kind of like what I got from that book. I already kind of thought that, but it's like when you realize that we really are one.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know that you want the same thing I want.
Facts.
And then it's like, it's like, okay, you can kind of understand each other more. Like,
real, bro. You'll be able to, especially if you could articulate that to the next person's point of understanding the correct way, like, which wouldn't be like your way. It would be the way they understand. That's like another like constant point that I had to learn. Because before, I was always talking for people to understand based on my point of understanding without taking into consideration your point of understanding. So how you may understand something, it may be totally juxtaposed to how I understand it. So having the ability to understand that and communicate effectively gives you the ability for people to understand what you're saying and to hop on board that much faster. Rather than being so ambiguous with how you talk about the vision and how you feel me? Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting as fuck. Might just let that one breathe for a second.
No, for sure.
It sounds like a great counselor, right? His degree didn't go to waste.
No doubt. I didn't even finish that.
His mom's still calling him to this day, like, you know, you could probably still get a good use out of that.
No, bro, for sure.
Bro.
You go ahead and
yeah, man. We had an episode that's dropping. It's actually premiering right now on YouTube, but we did the other night, episode 100. This is episode 101. We were talking about like VA unity and shit like that.
Absolutely.
You got any thoughts on just like the scene out here right now? You know what I'm saying? What we could do to make it better?
Exactly what you just said, bro. Knowing what you have, knowing what I got, knowing what everybody in the room may have, and knowing what your goal is, and how can I help you achieve that? You feel me?
Yeah.
Selflessly, just out of how can I really help you achieve that? And it being vice versa and reciprocated. Y'all asking me, yo, what's your goal and how can we help you achieve that? Simple, I think, personally. That's how a lot of people in the community that I work with are more collaborative. You know what I'm saying? I want them to use the resources that everybody else has, like, and it be reciprocated on all sides. You may know somebody who's tight at graphics, and I may need a graphics nigga, like really bad. That may be the point that I need in my brand. And you may see that. You could be like, yo, bro.
Hit bro up.
Hit bro up. Simple. Or fuck with what you doing, dog. Got a graphics nigga that could probably make your shit go crazy. hit bro up, sharing the resources, sharing the links, because no one ever did that.
Like,
No pun intended.
Yeah, like no one ever did that. Yeah, like focusing more on in what you can offer and what value you can bring to a situation, not just what you can get from it. Like
Facts.
Like, yeah, it's like you don't have to finesse your way into this shit, bro. I think a lot of times, like, I think we just get kind of confused, not confused, but like thrown off because even like with our social media and shit, like it's a lot of negative. Like we it's easy to think. We kind of talked about this on the last episode too.
Yeah.
It's easy to think that everybody's bad. And everybody has it out for you, and it's like there's no more good people left in this world. Like it's easy to think that, but like what I found, bro, doing this, talking to so many people, that that's not the case, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's good people out here, and I feel like you kind of go through life with that mindset. Like that's like being more optimistic and like giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Facts.
And seeing the best in people and like seeing yourself in people.
Facts.
I think that's like the key to like
Facts, bro.
really like even great communication, all that.
Right.
Like seeing yourself and like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
but you also don't want to burn yourself out. You want to know where that energy is going to be, because not everybody got the same goals. Not everybody got the same, but having the wisdom to know who and who isn't going to be really going. Like, you know what lip service looks like after the 30th time of somebody just saying some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After just hearing some shit, like a brilliant idea and the room go crazy, but nobody give a plan of action of how to roll it out within the next 3 to 6 months. You already know that that's just going to be fluff in the air. You know what I'm saying? Or seeing how you can help in that situation, but knowing that, like, all right, be intentional about where you apply your energy and apply it with those who are actually pursuing common goals of, yo, we trying to build this thing up. Because if you say, yo, I'm trying to build me up, and we like, yo, we trying to build this whole scene up, those are two different goals, and they look totally different when walked out. So, you know what I'm saying? Just being intentional there.
Yeah. I think, yeah, man, I think we all, I think we close, man. As far as like having a real scene.
Absolutely.
Like out here, I think we real close, bro. And it's like,
I think it's here. Cash is watching, bro.
yeah.
Especially the amount of credits and people that's coming out here to record, and cats that's actually from here whose records are going places. Like, bro, it's about that time. Like, somebody's gonna do it and in my opinion, pivot the right way from what's going on and be able to build the scene up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point too. Like, yeah, the scene already exists. It's already here.
It's here, bro.
It's like, and I guess
I know some of the coldest people that I've ever met in this music thing from traveling to Atlanta, from traveling. You feel me? Here.
Yeah.
Some of the coldest cats. From players to engineers to producers, NVA.
That shit's just different out here, man. I think
it is.
It's it's got to be pretty much. I think just because there's like it's just a melting pot. It's so many people from all over. You know, military. Bro. So you mix all them different cultures, different perspectives together. That's what you get. That you get something unique.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Something extremely unique.
What's it gonna take if somebody out here get a fucking platinum record? You know, we had that boy. I think Bebe was the last person to go viral out here, massaging.
I feel you.
And that shit was hard.
It was hard.
Who was spinning that? DJ Jazzy Jeff was spinning that. I think in like Tokyo or some shit.
I feel you.
Crazy.
Really crazy, bro. But I feel like it's doing that and then having the ability to be consistent, like what we're saying. Dropping a few, having that plan of action, and following up. And then with that momentum, because that's what it's about. That's why we do consistent things, to building that momentum up. We don't want that to die, especially today. That momentum gap is getting smaller and smaller. So having a system to whereas...
the gap between one person popping and the next, or somebody doing multiple things?
I'm even talking about in the personal brand. Like, if you catch a platinum record and just leave for the next year and a half, no one's really going to know. Or having
leave VA or just leave the whole music?
Nah, like just leave the art space. Not release anything. No content, no features, there's no shows, no follow-up to build off of that momentum of that platinum. There's no you featuring on this tour. There's no for people to say, oh, damn, that nigga's really, oh, shit, that shit, oh, word, to get that perspective of the people to continue to build in that regard. And then from that point, you doing a tour of your own and bringing VA with you, bringing the top 5 niggas that rock with your camp, or you know what I'm saying? That type of thing.
Yeah. Also, it's like
It's
tricky when
one way.
It's tricky like when an artist pops, because
Yep.
like we think about it, we've had a lot of artists pop.
Yeah,
Push is popping right now. He's relevant right now to this day.
absolutely.
But it's like I feel like it's only so much an artist can do. I really think it needs to be a platform.
I feel you.
Not even, it doesn't have to be this platform, but it has to be I think a platform that gets viral, that gets popping for rolling out new artists, and then we just roll out Virginia artists. We include other people too, but that's our point of focus on it. And I feel like something needs to go that is bigger than one person.
I feel you.
That's like the only thing that way I think it could work. I don't know.
I could agree, man. I could agree, bro. Like, if you look at the Atlanta scene and you look at people who are pillars there, like Future and Thug, and how they move to cause that scene and that ecosystem to continue to move and continue to thrive, it's them using the momentum from their record and putting on the next nigga that's already been around, and then putting on the next nigga that's already been around.
Like a chain.
And it's like a continuous thing. Everybody eating. And
Yeah.
everybody's eating together.
Or if you think about like, Say Cheese has broke artists, right?
I believe so. I want to say yes, but I'm not 100%
So it's like
sure.
these platforms pop up, and they usually are the ones that are breaking these artists.
Yeah.
You touched on content earlier too.
Yes, sir.
I agree with you. I think content is king. Like even like I feel like a lot of brands will that's why brands fall off, because they don't really have their own content. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And then what was I about to say?
No, for sure. Take your time, bro.
And it's like people want that now. People want to like see more sides of you. They want to see who you really are, not just you fucking drop a song, disappear.
Absolutely.
Some people still have that mystique,
Right.
but I think
Right. The game's changed.
Yeah.
The game's changed. Like when the way the money was made flipped on its head with Napster and with streaming, the whole approach to how you do it shifted as well. It just took a minute to understand how it did. And this is how it did. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time when distribution was like CD-based versus stream-based, it was the barrier to entry was held with a gate. You know what I'm saying? Like a distribution deal meant something totally different than the distribution deal today.
Yeah.
You could distribute
'Cause
yourself.
you really can't probably do it without that.
Yeah, you couldn't. You was selling it out the trunk like Master P, like without the real distribution deal. Then
I bet you labels are sitting back right now hating this shit. Like, bro, they getting so
were
much money without us.
sick.
Fuck.
Sick as shit, bro. When Napster started, bro, they was hurt, dog. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what the fuck just happened.
You think it started with Napster?
Yeah, for sure. I think that whole music is now streamed online. What people was paying $10 for, or $15 for, $21 for, is now free online over here. That caused everybody to just go there and listen to the music instead, or LimeWire, even throwing it way back.
I think that's what I think we're kind of in the midst right now of labels like trying their hardest, everything they can to get that power back.
I feel you.
With these platforms, like with you know what I'm saying, the playlists, with all the different like industry things you got to be a part of to be considered part of the industry.
Absolutely.
Like they're just trying to get that power back, or trying to hold it as much as they can.
Facts.
But I feel like we're moving to an age where, bro, anybody could do this shit.
Facts,
and that's
bro.
what art is. It's a personal thing. It's like it's a personal thing that we should all like know how to do the business and do it for ourselves. You can have your own little team.
Yeah.
But I don't really like the idea of my art being attached to some like crazy like corporation thing where I don't have control over it, where I got to pay other people for the rest of my life on it. Like,
For sure.
I think it's way too personal of a thing for that.
Right. And it's about how you could pivot, because sometimes if you got the momentum and the pull from the people, you got the power with the labels. All the label is a glorified bank with connections. You feel me? Any loan you get, you got to pay that shit back, and they got ways to put you in front of people. Like, that's what they have. So at a point in time where you already have the people, or a large fan base, and you know that can be X30 at that point in time, but you don't need their bread and they don't need to be involved for so long, you have more leverage in that situation. It's about leverage. So what a lot of times they do is they go for the artist that doesn't have, especially in the beginning. And then they just jump on and wave the carrot in front of a stick to somebody who's starving. It's like the game that they play. The games we play, man.
That's some vulture shit.
Yeah, it's the games we play, dog.
Yeah. Now hip hop is really like
same thing China doing to Africa. Paul, don't want to go all crazy deep, but with all the ports and the infrastructure that can't be built in different countries in Africa, those countries then signing over to Chinese like governments and stuff like that.
You said they can't say that again?
Like them not having the infrastructure post-colonialism to really build infrastructure how they need, like not really having a large economy, the economy not really working ports. To build their, or to really like modernize their ports and make it efficient, you feel me? Or even roads, or how to get different things here.
Which
and there.
country though are you talking about?
Several in Africa.
For real?
Yeah, bro.
I thought Africa had like a lot of high tech shit when it comes to like.
I'm in different places
like
for
that,
sure.
Like trade and
Yeah, but there's still a lot of places who are.
Are you saying China owns like all their ports? Is that what you're saying?
Not all, but
like a lot of them.
Majority of those countries that did submit to whatever they did, they're like, all right, you guys don't have money. We gonna give you $500 million or whatever $1 billion to build up your infrastructure. Sign here, but on the sign here is if you default this loan, because it's a loan and you can't pay it back, then those ports are now owned. You feel me? By that place. It's the same concept, systems, bro. It's just a different place they put it in. You feel me?
People trying to
take advantage of those who are. That's why the record industry is bullshit. That's why the system has never worked. But that's the need for another system that's better than said system to overtake that system. You feel me? But you got to create it. You got to be systemic minded. You got to have that idea to see that shit.
That's crazy. What if literally hip hop is so hip hop is a young genre, right? So this music business system or they have in place has been around before hip hop, right?
I would say so, yeah. Right? Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So what if literally hip hop comes around as a genre and literally that's ultimately what changes the whole game for all music?
Really could, bro. Started too. Already in the process of, in my opinion, in different places and in different ways. Because without that culture, you wouldn't get people like Ryan Leslie having his fan base on his own streaming platform.
Wait, what do you mean? Who's Ryan Leslie?
Word. So Ryan Leslie's a producer and R&B artist. He was a massive producer in like early 2000s, late 2000s, about 2010s, that type of vibe. Doing a lot of R&B work, and he was one of the first producers to put his stuff online for people to see him creating and cooking up. I was in Bermuda.
Like some log shit?
Yeah, like I was in Bermuda looking at him making beats and shit on YouTube. You feel me? But at this point in time, his fan base has grown where you don't hear of him from Billboard and stuff like that because of different things that has happened subsequent to him being tied to labels. So if he was tied to a label, he realized that this album did this much, and then the next album did this much, and that technically wouldn't be the case if you have real customer relations management and you can retain those people who are fans of me initially. Because if 500,000 people or 100,000 people like my album first and then 20,000 people listen to it after, then it tells me that the label's not really doing their job intentionally. They're just...
Or it might be fake. You know how they say there's a lot of
it could be.
Fake streams. I think even before that they said fake CD sales, all that.
For sure. Or at that point in time, it was inflated. Could have been. But he's got to a point now where he got his own streaming platform and all the music that he drops is on his platform, and his loyal fans are the ones who really go to it. Like he got a story I think he did for Superphone, his app. He got an app, Superphone, where I think it's his app, where it's like you text all your everybody who rock with you, or everybody who's like a customer, or everybody who's a fan. Like, yeah, that type of customer relation stuff. And he threw a New Year's party one year on like a beta version of his app, and he was like, "Yo, everybody who's subscribed to the service, if y'all want to rock with me personally at a New Year's party, send me whatever bread or to RSVP for this event." He ended up getting like however many people and got like over 25 stacks from the RSVPs, and then rented out this big ass mansion, and then invited everybody over, got it all staffed based on what they already gave. So it was no loss from what he was getting. You feel me?
That's
He didn't have to put
crazy,
nothing
like,
up. But that type of idea is
Direct
only,
relationship with you.
you feel me? So he
Fans.
takes advantage of that type of shit. So that business knack and that mind, it's like, yo,
I wonder. Yeah, I don't know what the numbers really are, but like I imagine like let's say you just have your own own fan base. You build your own fan base, have a big fan base. I wonder like the correlation between the numbers the much you would make if we're talking about money, how much you would make on your own, and then how much you would make with the label. Like you probably make way more, but I feel like it'd be a lot more expensive. So it might be kind of like near like close, like
right.
You know what I'm saying? Not too off.
Could be.
And then having a direct relationship with your fans like that, I'm kind of big on that. So you said customer relations. I haven't heard that word and using music. I like that. I might start using that.
Yeah,
but
bro.
like building a direct relationship with people, it's like these little pockets of people that really come around and do that. Like one I noticed is this dude Ass Pizza. He's a designer.
No doubt.
This dude really kind of came out of nowhere, like, and really just built like a damn near like cult fan base. Like
it's real, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like people coming out to see him. Like he'll just pop up somewhere in like a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
And just be like, yo, I'm here, got some merch. Like it'll just be like hundreds of people just coming out there, like you know what I'm saying, like no label, nobody in his pockets, like that's
real back end,
making his own living off of doing what he loves, bro. That's just the craziest thing to me, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you come from Bermuda.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You out here, you finish college.
Yep.
For counseling, get your degree. You know what I'm saying? You doing live shows, meeting new people.
Absolutely.
Starting Union City, got the show on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Fuck with it, man. It's like would you say this is the American dream?
Oh, man.
You think does that still exist?
To an extent, yeah, for sure. Depending on what you define it as. Like, I don't see it as the American dream. I see it as your dream actualized, wherever it may be. Like, everybody's dream is financial freedom. I don't give a fuck where you at. People that only know Bermuda, that's from Bermuda, have aspirations of financial freedom and land. You feel me? That's just innate.
Yeah. I think the like coming from Bosnia, like it's more like in America you have more way. You can dream more and dream bigger. Like I know coming from Bosnia, like
space.
It might be the same for you. Like coming from Bosnia, like you can go get your PhD, all of that. You can go to the top school in Bosnia, you get all of that.
For sure.
But it's only so much you can do.
For sure.
Like America is the only place where you can really like affect like change in the whole world.
Yeah.
You can get on a worldwide scale from America. And like you can dream bigger, I think, than a lot of countries. Like that's what I think it is. As far as I'm saying, the American dream.
No, I feel you.
But you know, everybody in wherever you're from, you can have your dream. You can feed your family. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Live your life, live a great life.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think America is unique in that way.
I definitely agree. Like the infrastructure's here and built for that. Like the system is for that. It's for you to make yours and create yours for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely beneficial in that. And everybody's eyes are out here. Like America's television is everywhere. Like American television, like networking, I should say.
That boy Steve Harvey, I don't know if you've seen, just started. I think he's starting his own network or something.
Oh, word. That's what's up.
He's doing like he's doing some type of shows like in Africa. So he just started him up.
Word.
What is the show called? Is it Family Feud? Yeah, Family Feud. Mm-hmm. He's doing that in Africa now. So the African version of that.
Oh, word.
He says
That's
yeah. But yeah, just people like that. People from he's like you talking about. He's talking about the bridge. He's trying to be part of that bridge from here to Africa.
Absolutely.
And really
bro.
like connect the world, like, you know?
Bro, yes. Where things that aren't necessarily going on there, and this is your aspiration for a young kid, where I was, bro, you can come this way. Like, come through, pull up, this is the way. Because it wasn't that when I was trying to leave. It was all faith and vision, like, from God, in my opinion. But me having stick to itness to believe that and just run with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That's fire, bro. Faith and vision from God. I feel that might be a fire spot to leave him at.
I'm with it.
We about an hour in.
Word up.
You know what I'm saying? You want to lead the people or anything else?
Yeah, bro, you can follow me on IG, Twitter, @made_by_union.
I seen you change your name too. It's
Real
Jack
quick.
Union. I was trying to find you once. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Quick change, quick little rebrand. But yeah, or you could go on my website, itsjackunion.com, looking for beats, go up there, looking for merch, you can go up there. Yeah, any other inquiries that you may have for like album designs, cover work, merch designs, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? We here. Trying to help. Let me know where I can.
Hell yeah. I love it, man. I appreciate you for sliding, bro.
Appreciate you for having me, dog.
Oh yeah, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. And like I always say, fuck with an artist from the 757. And we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Yep.
Hell yeah, bro.
Word up.